YouTube, Jessica here. I had said that I would be doing weekly updates on my foster Oscar Sloane that I picked up from one of my LFSs 3 weeks ago with severe hole in the head and some secondary infections going on. So I did not follow through on those weekly updates. Did you really believe me? So here I am, week 3 with an update for you. This is my baby Oscar that I brought home actually a day before I rescued Sloane from the LFS. So this right here is the reason why Sloane is a foster and not a keeper, because I am raising a baby albino tiger ruby red Oscar. So that's why I can't keep Sloane. I don't have enough tanks. But anyway, so today I will go ahead and show you the progress that we've made since I updated last. We've had a few just recent setbacks with Sloane, and I have also found out the gender of Sloane. So if you hang in here for the rest of the video, I will do a gender reveal on Sloane. Thanks for watching. So this is the current setup that I have Sloane in. It's a 40-gallon breeder, just a hospital tank that I'm using for treatment while I foster Sloane. And then my husband has this like bungee strap because it pushes this Rubbermaid tote lid against the wall, and it's like if Sloane jumps, it doesn't really give that much. So it's just, you know, it's an effort to try and keep this fish in the tank. I don't really think it's going to jump, but it's, you know, one of my first experiences keeping Oscar fish. So we do have, you know, our solid effort having a lid on there with some security. It's definitely better than nothing. But I do not have glass lids for this tank. So 3 weeks in, we're good, and that's why I have that going on there. It certainly looks like crap, but that's what we're working with because Sloane was an unexpected guest of ours. So before I was using this to grow out my goldfish fry, and they definitely don't jump. Above this tank, I have a Blackwater 22-gallon grow out tank for a piece of grandma fry that I'm growing out. So these little guys are in here. This is just kind of a bonus clip. Let's see if I can find one. There we go. So I just got these from a local hobbyist, Fishy Matt. I will link his Instagram. So I'm pretty excited about these little guys. They're very young, and I'm just gonna grow them out in here. I actually just got them yesterday, so I'm still waiting for a bunch of these leaves and things to sink for them to make them more comfortable in their environment. But for now, this is what we're doing. So that's what's going on there. As far as Sloane's healing progress is concerned, I've been calling him a he, so I'm going to call him a he throughout the video, but that's not to say the final gender reveal is such. So anyway, Sloane the wounds have completely closed up on the head. It's actually the other side, but I'm glad I have him on this side because you can see these other, you know, wounds on the face. These have gotten a little bit worse since I brought Sloane home. I will put a clip in here of Sloane when I brought him home so you can see, but these wounds were completely open, and they were yellow and red and white, and all the scales were falling off. Those have totally closed up for us. I had him in general cure for the 4-day treatment, and beyond that I have been, of course, having him in clean water every other day. I do a water change, and he's been in 0.3% salinity. I did just acclimate him out of that salinity because I did decide that we still have some hole in the head, some residual maybe hexamida parasites or some other kind of parasites that still need to be addressed. Sloane came to me with these gigantic, you know, craters for nostrils. So that's a huge entry point for, you know, parasites and just opportunistic bacteria, and it's just not good. So I don't know if I'll be able to close those wounds in the long run, if new skin will form. I'm not really sure, but I decided to treat Sloane with Clout. So I have that right here. It's actually a It's a 24-hour treatment, and it's really harsh. I've had it for a year or so, and I actually have not even used it. I mean, I used it about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago actually, and I have not used it since because it's one of the harsher medications on the market, and to be honest with you, I've heard rumors of it not being on the market anymore. So I haven't investigated that because I'm not in need of any. Mine doesn't expire until May, and I didn't expect that I would really need to use it. It's kind of a last resort medication. So Sloane has been eating well, and I have gotten his strength up over the 3 weeks that I've had him. He's been doing really well, and overall, I mean, those wounds on the head have completely closed. It's just that I'm seeing some I don't want to say new hole in the head pattern, but where there was very little, and you can kind of see that. So I don't know if you just saw that little shimmy that he did. That is, I wouldn't say concerning, but it's something that I need to address. So I have done one 24-hour round of Clout, and I'm going to repeat the treatment a couple of times and see if I can't clear the rest of whatever we have going on up. After this dosage that I did yesterday, I did a water change today, and I'm going to redose him tonight after this video. He has a much bigger appetite today. So he's acting clamped like this just because I'm in here and the video is going and Oscars are just moody like that. But his behavior has been different today. He has eaten a lot more than in one day than I've seen in the 3 weeks of having him. Normally I'll give him a piece of shrimp in the morning and like maybe something else like a scallop or something else at night. And sometimes he'll leave it until the next day. So that's normal, and I wasn't really concerned about that. I kind of thought that that was fine. But today, he has eaten 2 pieces of like whole raw shrimp, a piece of calamari, 3 cubes of brine, and I just came in here and I brought more food. So that's a much bigger appetite. He's coming up to the top when I come in here. So I'm thinking that I'm on the right track. So I don't think we really have like a bacterial infection going on. I think I just have not eradicated this severe case of hole in the head and any parasites involved. So again, this fish was a surrender to my LFS. He was there for 6 to 8 weeks before we got him, when his illness and appearance was really, really far gone at its worst. So I think overall we are definitely still in the lead on healing Sloane. I just need to go ahead and take a little bit harsher action. And after this, I think I would, if it hadn't cleared up and the progression of the hole in the head has not resolved, then I could do something like a little bit stronger potassium permanganate dips, or tank treatments. So there's a few other things that I can do, but overall, this is a fish that's eating, and overall as a whole is getting better. So I'm not really worried at this point. I think I just need to stay on top of it and be really rational with the appearance of Sloane every day. So, and to make, my decision on going forward, what we're gonna do. So anyway, that's pretty much the update. Okay, we see our reflection. That's why we're doing this dance here. So we're getting super weird because I am in here. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, and I will do the rest of the update out of this room. Thank you for watching my update on my foster fish Sloane. I will be back with another update. I can't promise you it'll be next week. I'd love to make some headway with our second attempt at medicating Sloane for HIP before I do another update. So, maybe in a week or maybe in 2 weeks, but I will certainly follow up on it. And I hope to have maybe some new material on other goings on in the fish room between now and then. So, I wanted to lastly just say, as somebody that has only been keeping Oscars for 3 weeks, if you have any input on, I think the one question that I wanted to ask my viewers that have experience with Oscars or with HIP or any input that you would like to give, I was wondering if it would be worth it to This is a very strong fish. So they're not easy to handle, and I don't want to remove the fish from the tank if I can help it, because it's stressful, and if it's not necessary, I don't want to do it. But I have heard that applying a metronidazole solution, either in its purest form or in like Metroplex or even like General Cure, or potentially even using the clout and mixing it up, applying it directly to the hip, I have heard people have success with that. So I'm just wondering if you think it would be worth removing the fish from the tank in his case, and applying the solution on the affected, the residual hole in the head areas. If the clout, we're talking 3 24-hour sessions down the way, if I'm not seeing improvement, is it worth directly applying metronidazole to the wounds? Handling this fish that is like a freaking salmon. It's going to be stressful on the fish, but I just wanted some input to see if it would be worth applying, a solution of metronidazole directly to the remaining holes in the head or not. And then lastly, I almost forgot. I almost didn't put this in the video. So when I was vacuuming out Sloane's tank today to do the water change, I found that Sloane laid eggs. So Sloane is a she, and I will insert a picture. I vacuumed out, there was only like 5 eggs, and I was kind of just pulling out food, and I realized like, wow, that looks just like goldfish eggs. And I'm like, oh wow, like she laid eggs, it's a girl. I've heard that female mature Oscars, even without a male present, can lay eggs monthly. So I certainly didn't expect that to happen, especially not with an ill fish. But that happened, and I don't know if maybe she ate a bunch of them before I did the water change, or if she only just laid a few by default. I have no idea. But the fish is a girl. So I told my husband, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Sloane's a girl. And he was like, that makes you feel worse that she was so sick like that at the fish store, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. And he's like, me too. And I was like, wow, that's so sexist of us. But anyway, Sloane is a girl, and that's really cool, because I've heard that you can only really sex these fish by taking them out of the water and venting them. And just from taking that fish out of the bag 3 weeks ago, I don't want to handle that fish ever again until I have to take it to the fish store. So unless for the greater good I need to apply metronidazole on these holes in the head later, I will definitely take one for the team and do that again. But they are intense, very strong fish. And again, this Sloane is 12 inches. So I don't want to handle the fish. It would not have been worth it to me to find out the gender of this fish and take it out of the water. So I never would have done that. So I'm pleased to say that I, with certainty, know that Sloane is a girl. So anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for any input. If you have any suggestions for me beyond what I have done for Sloane and what I'm currently doing for Sloane with the clout treatments, I would love to hear your input and have your support along the way. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time.